Calgary Stampede went into Ward Paddock and up towards it.
Well, hello everybody, it's Suffolk Andy here, sitting in a little tiny lay-by on my way back to Ipswich. Anyway, that's not what I'm here for. Right, on YouTube at the moment there's a subject going around and I've seen several vids on this subject, so I'm going to put my penny's worth in, as they say. And it's the GoFundMe accounts where people ask their subscribers for money. Now, when I started this channel, I had a choice to monetize it or not. Now, my decision was not to monetize, and I think that was the right decision for me. And I don't actually think that anybody who monetizes is wrong at all. Because if you can make a few bob out of it, fill your tank, or you know, get a few pennies, so well and good. I have no problem with that at all. It was my decision and my decision alone. I don't think I will ever monetize this channel. It's never going to be big enough anyway, so there's no point in it. You know, to get a few pennies every year is no. Now, when we come to stickers and stuff like that, yes, I've got my own stickers. I'm terrible for sending them out. I was really good when we first started, but I have been quite terrible just lately. My fault entirely. But yeah, stickers. I sent all mine out free of charge wherever they went. If they went to America, Australia, New Zealand, I just took it out of my pocket and done it. I can understand where some people haven't got quite as much money maybe as myself, and they need to charge a little bit for the postage, because you know, when you send them to Australia or in different places, it is quite expensive. It can get quite expensive, and if you are a little bit short of cash, I can understand somebody asked a quid or a couple of quid for a sticker to help with that cost. No problem with that at all. Now, when it comes to this GoFundMe, it's a different story. Now, I do this for fun, nothing else but fun. I started out doing it for fun, and I'm carrying on doing it for fun. Let's see where I'm going, because I'm not sure out this way. And that's the way I want it to be. Now, if, like some of the big channels where they actually make a living out of it, it's a different story. If you've got these thousands and thousands of subscribers and you can actually ride about on your bike and make a living out of it, I say that's pretty damn good. And but I don't think for 1 minute you should I hope I'm going the right way here. I don't think for 1 minute you should ask your subscribers to send you monthly payments. I don't think that's right. Now, thank you, sir. Now, a lot of this started with this Do It With Dan channel. I haven't ever seen Do It With Dan. I haven't watched his channel, but I should imagine it's pretty damn good. He's got lots of subscribers, a bigger base than like a little piddly thing like I run. So, you know, he's got quite a few people that he can engage with. Now, the story was that he sees his old bike that he had years ago and he wanted to buy it back, and I think it was $2,000. So he put out an appeal that he subscribed to send him a little few dollars here and there, and so he could buy his bike. As far as I'm concerned, that's a no-no. If you want to buy that bike for $2,000, work for it. As easy as that. Take it out of your pocket. You don't know how vulnerable some of these people. This is great behind the frigging great lorry, that's all we wanted. You don't know how vulnerable some of them people are. They might not have a lot of money, and they send you, a couple of $3. That might not sound a lot, but to them it could be quite a bit. And there's some gullible people out there. If somebody vlogger in this country's put a vlog up and said, can you send me £5 so I can buy this bike, I think there'd be one answer. I'm just going to pull over here. That lorry's gone. Yeah, there's a lot of vulnerable people out there and gullible, and they might not be in a situation where they can send you loads of dosh, you know, or even a small amount. And I actually think that you might as well beg. You might as well go and beg for it. Yeah, you might as well go and beg for it and sit on the street with your tin can and beg for the money, because it just seems to me like it's begging. As far as I'm concerned, it's a no-no, a big no-no. All happening here today. Yeah, it's a big no-no. I would feel embarrassed for myself to put out an appeal so somebody could send me money so I could buy an old bike of mine. I'd feel embarrassed. You know, if I want that old bike, if I ain't got the money, I can buy it. If I haven't got the money, then I either have to save up for it or don't have it. You know, there's been things in everybody's life where we've wanted and just can't afford it, you know, and you have to live with that. That's how the world goes. It's how it works. You got the money, yeah, you can buy it. If you ain't got the money, tough shit. And we've all been through that, where we want something, you know, you've known when you've gone and looked at a car or even a house or something, and you look at it and it's just that little bit too much for you, and you just have to let it go. That's the way it is. So asking people for money on YouTube is a no-no as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't personally do it. It would embarrass me. Even to the point, if I hadn't got a pot to piss in, I still wouldn't ask, you know. It's not good. And so that's what I think about that one. I don't want to stir anybody up or upset anybody about it, but you know, if you want something, go and buy it yourself. You know, earn it. Don't take it off other people. That's just not good. But that's it. That's that one anyway, so get that one out of the way. Let's think of another subject. What can we do? Another subject. You know, sometimes even I get bloody vlogger's cramp. I don't know if you... we had a hangout on Sunday night on Mr. and Mrs. B's hangout. It was a special hangout on the CVT and the changes that the government want to bring in. Well, the CVT's been in since 1990, so it's quite an old sort of test or whatever. And there's been some new proposals to change it, to bring it up to date. Now, riders like myself never had a CVT because we were allowed to ride 250 straight from the start. You just went out and learned yourself, which in them days was okay because the roads weren't crazy. But nowadays it's a little bit different. So we had this discussion on the CVT, and it seems like the government are going to change it, and they're going to make it more responsibility on the person who turns up for the CVT and the instructor to get it right. To me, it didn't seem like there was going to be a lot more change. It was just worded different. I don't know if they're going to put the price up or not, I don't know. But it seemed like more the same, and putting the emphasis on the instructor and the rider to know what to expect from the test, and maybe make it a bit longer if the person who's not fit enough to ride a bike after so many hours on it to come back and do more. I don't know if they'd have to pay for that or not. Now I know a lot of the younger guys have been through this, and I had 3 boys who went through the CVT, and they said it was a piece of cake. Do you think that after going through the CVT you're fit enough to take a small bike on the road after just one day of instruction, or one day of seeing if you're confident? Because all people are different. Some people are more confident than others. You know, there's people who will jump on anything and ride it, doesn't matter what it is, or a car or a truck or stuff like that. And there's other people take their time because they're a little bit nervy or whatever. So do you think it should be longer? Oh, I'm back in Ipswich now. Do you think it should be a longer test, you know, over several days? Or do you think they should be more classroom work with this test? Get it over. Oh, these old Harleys are easy to chuck over. Such an easy bike to ride, it's just unbelievable. Yeah, so I progress. Yeah, do you think it should be a longer test? Do you think you should have more instruction in the classroom? Do you think you should take the theory test before you turn up for the CBT? So you can't do the CBT unless you've passed your theory. Well, let's face it, everybody should have a knowledge of the highway code or the code of the road before they get on a bike. They wouldn't let you into a car unless you've done it. So why should you be let on a bike if you don't even know your highway code or your theory test? So that's another suggestion that was brought up, that you'd have to do that first. Do you think bringing that up first and making you do that first will put people actually taking, you know, going on and taking this test or other tests? Because I did see some statistics that in the UK alone last year there was only 504 under 19s took the motorbike test, which is a collapse of that test, where before there used to be a lot more, and now there's only, I think there's 504 took the test in the whole year, over the whole UK. That's dismal. But there again, is it worth taking that test? Because you still can't ride a decent sized bike until you're 20 odd. So that's another sort of slant at it, really. So there's a lot to think about there with the CBT. I personally think that the government and the people who are playing around with these licence and tests and whatever should actually engage with the bikers, because most of these politicians do have no idea what it's like to be a biker. And you know, I'm not just saying that, but older guys like myself and other guys who've rid all our lives, I think should have some sort of influence in it to make it safer. I've got my ideas on how to make it safer for young riders, and I'll probably do a vlog for that one day, my ideas. So I think the government should actually engage, and I actually think the government should have, we have a road minister for cars and transport. They should be, you know, a small body of men who, or one man, it doesn't matter, who actually looks at motorbikes and the motorbike community and the safety and everything else, and come forth with some decent suggestions, and keep on the ball, as they say. So anyway, that's enough from me. Lots to think about on two subjects there. Have to put this all together. Now on my way home. So everybody, just ride safe, love each other. Suffolk Andy.